In this video, we are going to create UI based on data. So here we have a collection of dogs and cats data. We are going to use this data to create a UI like this. I have already created the basic HTML CSS structure, so it doesn't take a lot of time for us to do it here. So to understand, let us first go to index.js. Here we are rendering app component inside the root element. So let's move on to app component. Inside app, we have two components here, app and card. Inside app, we are calling card 4 times, and that's why we can see 4 cards of dogs. Important thing to notice here is all these cards has the same information and images. Why? Because the card here is static. So before going forward and using our data, let's just try to understand what we want to do. I'll just delete all the cards, and now in UI you will not see anything. Say, for example, we want to create 4 H1 element with a message of hello 1, hello 2, hello 3 and hello 4. As soon as you save it, what will happen in the UI, you will see these 4 messages, hello 1, hello 2, hello 3 and hello 4. So if you look at this UI, you will feel that all this H1 looks very similar. So right now there is only 4 H1, so it is easy, right? But what if you have thousands of H1 with different data? It will be really hard to copy and paste the whole thing because you have to do it 1,000 times. So now let us try to see how can we fix this problem. So if we look at all this H1, we will see they look very similar. The only difference between them is the digit 1, 2, 3 and 4. What if I just take out this data and put it into something like an array here? I'll go ahead and comment it so our app doesn't break. So we have this data now, and using this data we can create something like this. But to do that, what do you need? We need to write JavaScript because we can loop over this data, and for each data we need to create H1 element. And how do you write JavaScript in JSX? Inside curly brackets. So you want to write something like this. What do you think will happen as soon as we save it? It will break the app saying the adjacent JSX element must be wrapped into an enclosing tag. That is not happening here. So let us go ahead and wrap it into a fragment. As soon as you do that, it's resolved and you can see the output here. So inside curly brackets, you can only write expressions. But do you know that from curly brackets, you can also return a collection of elements in an array, something like this. So right now, if you look at it, it's an array with 4 different elements. As soon as you save it, what happened? Nothing changed because returning an array from curly brackets is supported in JavaScript. So either you can return one single element or wrap them into a fragment, or you can also return an array. So this is what we want to create. I'll just keep a copy of it so later on we can compare. So here if you look at your data and your UI, let's try to understand how we can create the UI based on this data. Important thing to understand is both are array. So we need to convert from one array to another array. And we also know that input and output array is of same length. So for that, which array method can you use? So whenever your input and output array is same, we always use array.map, right? So that is exactly what we are going to do here. So this is our data. I'm going to map over it. It is going to give me access to one text. And based on one text, I'm just going to return a H1 element. And here instead of 1, the value will come directly from text. You click on save, and here we can see, sorry, I'm using $sign here. In React, you don't need to do that. You just use curly brackets. Save it. And what you will see is the output is exactly the way we wanted. So now in future, if you have 1,000 data or 20,000 data, you don't even care about it because this 3 line of code can do the same thing. So in this way, we learned about from curly brackets, you cannot only return an element, you can also return a collection of elements in the form of array, something like this. And that is exactly what we are doing it here. Using map over the data, and for each data we are returning this H1 element, And at last, map will always return same size of array. From curly brackets, we'll get an array of multiple elements. So we understood about that. Let us try to use that with our data and our UI. So here, this is our data. But now, for practical use, we need data from data.json. And if you look at where the data exists, you'll see we need data in app.js, but it exists outside of component. So what we will do, we'll directly import the local data by saying import data from, we'll go outside of component, and here we will get data.json. And here, instead of this array, we'll put data. We are mapping over data, and for each, we are getting access to one animal information. And for each information, what do I need to return? You can just return a component instead of element. So we'll say card. Save it. And what we will see is right now we have 8 cards because the number of information for different animals here is also 8. But right now the information is not changing. So now we will change that. So here, so when we are returning the card component, we are not sending any data. What if I just send this data into card? So for that, there are multiple ways to do that. We can just send property named info, and that is where we'll send animal. Object with all the information, we are sending it as an info to this card. So here we'll get access to props. But before that, let's just try to debug it using our developer tools. So I'll open our developer tools here. We can click on components. And here inside component, we can see there are multiple cards. To be exact, there are 8 cards. And for each card, when you click on it, you will get all the information on that card. So this card component has props. And inside props, we have a key named info, and that info contains all the information that we need. And we are going to use that. So here we have props. In image, how can we get access to image? So for that, we'll say props.info. Where is the image URL? So we'll say it is URL. So we'll say URL. Similarly, we'll move on to the next, that is name. So I'll just copy this value from here. And here we'll say props.info.name. Similarly here, instead of Greece, we'll say props.info.origin. Similarly for lifespan, it is life_span, and button will remain the same. So I'm just going to close it now. Save it, and what will happen now is all the information changed. The name is different, origin is different, lifespan is different for different things here. Can you see this? After changing all the information, we can see that all these cards has different information, images, name of the country, and lifespan. So we are done with this. There's still one thing that we need to fix that is not visible right here, because when we open console, we are always seeing this error message saying each child in the list should have a unique key prop. What does it mean? So whenever you're using map over data to create multiple cards, so you can think about it to be created something like this. They're using multiple cards like this. So for React to manage all the cards that looks very similar is a bit hard. That is where you need to add some key prop. So that is only needed when you use map over a list of data. So in our case here, to fix this problem, you will have to pass a key prop. And key needs to be unique. You must be thinking what is unique in all the data. And the ID of all these cats and dogs is unique. So what we can do is we can just pass animal.id. When you save this, now refresh this app, and what happens, the error from here is gone. So whenever you're using map over a list of data, always try to pass a key prop, and the value of key props would be unique for each card. That helps React track each different card so they can optimize those things. So in this way, we learned about using a collection of data to create UI that looks similar but contains different information in each card. we did it by knowing a property that from curly brackets, you can also return an array of components. And here we use the data and map function to create array of components. And using that, we are creating the UI here. One more thing we also learned is whenever you're using map on any list, always try to pass key prop in the component or the element, and the value of key prop should be unique. That helps React keep track of the data changing in different components.